All right, 10.7 notes are operations in scientific notation. So to add or subtract numbers written in scientific notation with the same power of 10. Okay, all you have to do is add or subtract the factors, which is the numbers before the times 10 to the whatever. Okay, when the numbers have different powers of 10, you have to rewrite the numbers so that they have the same power of 10, and we'll get to that shortly. So finding the sum or difference. So right away I'm going to look to see if the powers of 10 are the same. And since it's 10 to the third and 10 to the third, I know that I can add these factors. And when I add 4.6 plus 8.72, I get 13.32. And then it's times 10 to the third. You keep the power of 10 the same. Okay, the only issue with this is this number is not written in scientific notation because this 13 is bigger than 10. Okay, so I need to move the decimal point to make this number between 1 and 10. And since I'm swooping once to make the number smaller, I need to make this exponent go up by 1. Okay, so now this is 1.332 times 10 to the 4th power, and that is your final answer. Subtracting factors. Right away I notice that this is 10 to the negative 2nd and 10 to the negative 3rd, so I need to rewrite one of these numbers. And I'm going to choose to rewrite 6.6 times 10 to the negative 3rd because I want this exponent to be negative 2. So rewriting 6.6 to the negative 3rd, if I have to swoop 1 to the left, this exponent goes up by 1. And be careful, when an exponent is negative and it's going up by 1, if it's increasing by 1, it's really the number itself is getting, or is going to be a 2. So this is really the same thing as 0.66 times 10 to the negative 2nd. Okay, so if I rewrite this, I have 3.5 times 10 to the negative 2nd minus 0.66. Now that my 10 to the negative seconds are the same, I just subtract these new numbers, or these first two numbers. So 3.5 minus 0.66 is 2.84, and this is times 10 to the negative 2nd. All right, try these two problems on your own and press play when you're ready to review. All right, number 1, I want to deal with positive exponents here, so I'm going to change 3.41 times 10 to the negative 1st so that this exponent is now a 2. Okay, so I need to ask myself to get from negative 1 to 2, I need to swoop 1, 2, 3 times, okay? And 3.41, we need to swoop away 3 times in order for the exponent to get bigger. So this now becomes 0.00341 times 10 to the 2nd power. And now that these have the same base, or yes, the same base of 10 to the 2nd, all you have to do is add these two numbers. So 8.2 plus 0.00341 is 8.20341. And this is times 10 to the 2nd power. Number 2, this is easy because these bases are the same, so all you have to do is subtract 7.8 minus 4.5, and you get 3.3 times 10 to the negative 5th. All right, so that was adding and subtracting. Now to multiply or divide numbers with written in scientific notation, multiply or divide the factors and the powers of 10 separately. Okay, so let's try and see what some of these examples look like. So find 3 times 10 to the 5th times 5 times 10 to the negative 2nd. Great thing about this is you do not have to worry about the factors being the same. So this is really the same thing as 3 times 5 times 10 to the negative 5th times 10 to the negative 2nd. 3 times 5 is 15. 10 to the negative 5th times 10 to the negative 2nd. Remember, we have our same bases, so we can add these two. Negative 5 plus negative 2 is times 10 to the negative 7th. Okay, once again, 15 is bigger than 10, so that number is not in scientific notation. So if I have to place the decimal point right here, I have to swoop it once, which means this increases by 1. So now this is going to be 1.5 times 10 to the negative 6th power. Remember, if it's increasing by 1, it's really getting closer to 0, so that's why it's negative 6. All right, example 3, dividing numbers in scientific notation. Very simple. Split this up. So 1.5 divided by 6 times 10 to the negative 8 divided by 10 to the 7th. So 1.5 divided by 6 is 0.25. And this is times, when we have powers we subtract. So this is negative 8 minus 7 is negative 15. So this is 10 to the negative 15th. And this number is less than 1. So here's something a little bit different. I need to move my decimal 1 to the right, which means this needs to decrease by 1. So now this is 2.5 times 10 to the negative 16th power. And these last four are on your own. I want you to give these a shot, and we will actually check your answers tomorrow first thing in class. See you then.